begins the Warp Forge with a new Batman miniatures game battle port. The mission is Plunder, the rep is 300 and the funding is 1500 cash. The lists will be in the description section below, and we have the Riddler's gang, which is all new to the channel, versus Mr.Freeze's gang, with Killer Frost as the boss, since she is a sidekick and be allocated the boss role for the Freeze gang. So again, Riddler's a new one because Riddler is never been seen before on this channel and was also owned by my friend Riley, and it's going to be an excellent game because his game mechanics and objectives wise and victory points wise is a lot more different to anything I've fought before. So this is going to be an interesting game. So we'll move on to turn 1. So where's the new Batwing? Freeze is on the objective. I think that's 2 objectives because of primary loot. However, I don't know if that's only if you keep the primary loot, so I could be wrong. If anyone knows if it's either in base contact or controlling, physically taking the loot for the extra victory point worth of difference, then please let me know in the comment section. This guy just moved. He's just out of the loot. Literally I needed 22. I got 21. And there's the ammo. Killer Frost ran up, got underneath the balcony for next turn, where she'll just probably climb up. Also a question as well for the comment section below. When you're climbing up, is it from the base of the mini or the volume of the mini? So again, any comments, any answers below would be greatly appreciated. Again, these guys, the 2 heavy hitters, just ran up. Again, movement. Totally forgot there was a Titan crate there. Probably the more we'll get that next time. So on the Riddler's side, we're using those as riddle objectives. Just some spare bases I found. So Riddler shits out an objective. Mark II, as known by the duct tape bit, but these will be painted soon hopefully. Backlord up and shat out another objective, so that's 2 victory points to them. And everyone else just basically moved up, ran all the way up to here, all the way up, and we're waiting for turn 2. And so turn 2 ensues. So this guy basically moved right over there. Biggest sticker just basically moved right over here. The pikeman basically ran over here. Freeze took a pot shot at Nigma and dealt 2 blood damage though, no freeze effects unfortunately. Easy hit, that's something. This guy basically moved 10 centimeters difference, just moved in from the loot. Now on the loot, Milo basically just got onto the Titan. This guy literally just, the ice cube hunter just ran straight over here. And Killer Frost basically did a vertical jump, which you can do now in the FAQ, and just moved 5 centimeters over there. Using movement counters obviously. And that ended Freeze. Riddler basically just moved right over here, shot a few, shit out a few objectives more, so Riddler shot out a few. One of his Mark II went down to the sewer, as you can see, goes through the flank over here, from the side. Deadshot decided to take a pot shot at Freeze, dealt 2 blood damage, but because he's got his force field, 2 points are just negated, and there's 1 point in his force field now, which he will be repairing at the end of the phase. So at the moment, I'll go through the objectives just now. So, as you can see, the score is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 5 for Killer Frost's crew. So currently the Freeze crew, or led by the boss for Killer Frost, is in the lead by a good 4 points. So we'll see what happens on turn 3. Okay, so turn 3 happened, and it's basically the prisoner here just went up, smacked the bodyguard, didn't didn't do anything because 5 up is really hard to pull off even with rerolls for sharp. Enigma just basically ran 30 centimeters. Well, he didn't run. He did, yes. He got maximum scores on everything with dice rolls and sprint and stuff. 30 centimeters. Got here, bam. Shot out an objective, as you can see there. And Freeze took a shot, a dead shot again. Failed to do anything. Did another Arnie. He got knocked down, however, by return 5 from a dead shot. And he's going to repair his armor in the end phase. So, these henchmen, the pikemen and the bigger sticker just went around, hopefully got a corner off, dead shot. Mark 3 bot came up, just ran up. Killer Frost got, moved all the way up to here, so now he can't get out of the sewer. Fired the ice daggers into a dead shot. Dead shot took a blood and stun damage. Then this high security henchman just ran up, did devastating blow, got 2 attacks, +1 for the combo of knives, hit him, damaged him twice, putting him up to 3 blood damage. He is on 5 damage on all, 1 more damage of any kind, and he's knocked out. This objective is contested, as you can see. No blows have been exchanged just yet, so I haven't been able to get any victory points from that. More bots just shut out objectives, and this guy just ran up here. He's getting ready for his attack, I assume. He's up here, shot an objective and all that. So the victory points are 13 to Killer Frost, 11 to Mr. Enigma. So we'll be going on to turn 4. Okay, so turn 4, the score is currently 22 by 20 for Killer Frost is 22 and Riddler is on 20. So what happened? Riddler came out, shot out another objective, this time made of wax. And Knives tried to attack the bodyguard, did 1 blood damage, and then bodyguard ran away over there. Riddlebots just shit out objectives as they are told to do. This guy shot out objective. Bigger sticker moved up 10 and then dismembered 1 objective, destroyed it by manipulating. Spent a movement counter. Dead shot did get knocked out this turn by the high security henchman. Tried to finish him off with this guy and failed to do anything. This guy popped out of his objective, moved, shot out another objective, and Killer Frost jumped down, and it's practically fine. Miles and Thingy didn't really do anything as they were basically just contesting that objective. We both forgot to do attack counters on that one. Freeze got up, kept the loop, moved 10 centimeters, now in clear line of sight of, as we can see, Enigma, and we can see that guy who has a choice between either going after Enigma or dismembering another objective. So, is on to turn 5. Okay, turn 5, and the tides have turned. Riddler is on 31 victory points, and, Freeze Gang is on 30 victory points. So Riddler is winning by 1 victory point at the moment. As you can see, the Riddle bots just shut out more objectives. Riddler just went right up to Freeze and tried to bonk him one, but failed to really hit or do anything. And vice versa, before when Freeze tried to fire at Riddler, did an Arnie once again. I am seriously considering buying a new Mini because this one has the Arnie aura. I'm pretty sure of it. He only hits once again. As you see, all the objectives have been shut out. This guy literally moved, tried to shit out an objective, but those two are too close to each other, so it's going to have to back down this time. You can see he was swirling and merely missed. I managed to kill Deadshot with the high security henchman this turn. And this guy just sat doing jack shit, sitting on the objective. These guys literally just had a swirling melee. Mark 3 over here has he taken any damage? I don't think he has. Because he's shit. So we'll go on to the other side of the board. And what a turn. So these guys, well, Deadshot is now an objective riddle marker because we seem to run out of bases, so that's another objective which has just been shut out since he's dead now. And the Axeman just went up forward. Milo took a Titan dose, tried to bash him one, got 4 damage on him, he's on 1 endurance before he gets knocked out. Killfrost tried to attack him and got absolutely shit. Jack shit. So apparently the Freeze gang likes to do frosty things, and the frosty things like to do absolutely jack all. So we will be going on to the next turn. In turn 6, the final turn. It's all or nothing now. Okay, so turn 6, and Riddler shot out a lot of victory points again. All the bots did what they did. This guy contested. Well, here's a question here in the comments below. Please comment. Because the way the bot riddles work, because they're tracked as objectives, can you still contest them by being in base contact? Obviously, you didn't have any movement counters to spend to remove it, so I assume that will be contested since they follow the objective rules for being contested. But we'll just have to wait and see. Please comment below. Bot again, backlog down, couldn't really shit out any objectives or anything. Another bot here ran over here. All the objectives being shat all over the place. Freeze, well, we'll go into that later. As you can see, something happened. But Riddler just ran forward, attacked, didn't do anything, ran forward, and shat out of his immaculate interdimensional anus, Peter Parker. And Freeze then fired his refrigeration gun right into Enigma, did 4 blood damage onto him, and also froze him. He's actually frozen! Frozen! Ah, he's frozen! So he's not actually, so hopefully he's not Arnie yet. He's still got some potential in him. So I hope he freezes more things around. But yeah, he is on 1 blood damage before he's dead, but obviously it's the last turn of the game and I have no way of getting a ranged weapon into Riddler right there. He's a fast as hell bugger. He's going 30 like a turn because of movement and stuff. Fast. But hey. So Freeze did that. I'm very proud of him last turn, doing what he does best. This guy literally sat around doing nothing but some objective. These all piled round and... Ooh, crap, hang on. Yeah, basically these crammed round him, did 3 blood damage to this Mark III bot and that's it. Bodyguard's just sitting around doing nothing. We'll pause around to the next table. Okay, so what happened here was Killfrost tried to attack, did nothing at all, because apparently Killfrost likes to just do the jazz hands and that's it. Titan Dose on Milo activated, he's now buffed up on Titan, went to strike him, knocked him out clean as cold, the pipe guy. Axeman just rolled around a bit, Deadshot is an objective now, and this bot ran up and with his new immaculate interdimensional anus shot forth Tom Hardy as an objective, as a riddle. Because what's more mindfuckery than interdimensional immaculate anuses from robots? So, with that, the scores I will present to you. The Freeze gang with Mr. Freeze is 37 victory points. The Riddler's gang of Mr. Enigma has 43 victory points, so it is a victory to the forces of the Riddler, just as planned. So there we have it, the first time we've ever fought against the Riddler's gang, and I've got to say, they are a very much major power play. Early on in the game, you don't really need to what I found is you don't really need to pay much attention to their objectives, but mid-game is when you've got to start targeting the bots and start taking off objectives. Because as I've seen in the late game, the main thing is yes, it's only 1 victory point, but because of the amount it's grown by, he's getting 10 victory points in turn 5 and 10 victory points in like turn 6. That's 20 victory points off the bat. That is like absolutely fantastic for a Riddler gang. But yeah, the bots very much play a role in shitting out victory points everywhere. That's kind of their shtick. It's very good. It's very well thought out, I think. Other than that, it's quite hard to really judge. Freeze did a lot of things. Like I say, if Freeze could manage to get off a few more rounds with his refrigeration gun on Riddler, Riddler might have been dead now and been back in the game, I think, with 6 or 7 victory points from the death of Enigma. But yeah, for most of the game I was winning until the last 2 turns, so the victory points of the Riddler really plays a part late game, I've found. How do you find the Riddler gang, Riley? Fair news. Like I say, Killer Frost will be back with the Freeze gang hopefully soon. Hopefully I'll get all the stuff painted up from my side of the field, so hopefully we should have more painted minis. But this is the Warp Forge with another Batman Miniatures Game Battle Report. If you enjoyed what you saw and you want to see more Batman Miniatures Game Battle Reports, then please subscribe and get notifications